doing the money mindset study group, and we're reading from 80/20 daily practices. I'm sorry, 80/20 daily, but it's just daily practices on how to start thinking in the 80/20 mindset. And so today we're going to read a very quick part. And I hope you're seeing one of the things from this study group is that you don't have to do long bouts of study. Like one of the things that I used to think was like, oh, I got to be reading for hours. You know how school teach you, like you need to be going home studying. You've done 8 hours in school. Now you're supposed to study another 3-4 hours at home. That's not real. It's not realistic. It's not something that you actually have to do. And so in truth, you only have to study this very briefly. It compounds over time, and that's the way you actually want to do it. So let's go ahead and get into the reading. Hey, how you doing, Miss Mumu? And so it says, the subconscious is a weighing machine, not a thinking machine. Another, these damn flies here. Another peculiarity, oh man, that was a tongue twister, of the subconscious is that it does not apply a filter to information. It is literal minded, taking everything that you tell it at face value. It cannot distinguish between current reality and imagination. If you tell it strongly enough what you want, it will work to make that a reality. And that is very important because we talk to ourselves every day. We tell ourselves things that are not true every single day. And then when those things come to fruition, we're like, oh man, I told you I'm destined for this. You have to start changing what you're telling yourself. We all talk to ourselves. This craziness of mental health, where they make it seem like if you talk to yourself, you're crazy. We all talk to ourselves. We all have an inner voice. If you're not aware of it, I would suggest you get really, really close to understanding who your inner voice is, what does it say, and how you're speaking to yourself. 99% of us speak very negatively to ourselves, at least over 2,000 times a day, except in some instances. And I started changing on that because it's not good. And what I started to realize was a lot of the things that I was telling myself, it wasn't factual. And so because I was saying stuff that wasn't factual, but then I started realizing it was coming true. And that's what it means by the subconscious mind. It accepts anything as fact. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be real or not. And so you have to start understanding, what are you saying to yourself on a every single day basis. Now, some people are going to be like, oh, well, what if I tell myself I can fly? Let's be adults here. Let's grow up. If I'm talking to a kid or children, then I would go through explaining that. But we're all grown adults, and we need to understand, like, we don't have to go to certain levels to try to prove a point. You're not proving a point. All you're doing is making your life worse because you're not being coachable. Being coachable is being able to accept information that you do not have higher understanding of, and actually trying to see, like, what can I learn from this? That is what it means to be coachable. So then it says, the subconscious cannot tell the difference between true information and false information, or between important and unimportant information. It weighs information. It pays most attention to information which is presented with emotional force. Remember, emotions is energy in motion. So you have to get your energy in motion. Some emotions are higher than others. Anger is a very strong emotion on the negative scale. Gratitude is a very strong emotion on the positive scale. The thing is, like, and this is where we mess up a lot. We try to compare anger to gratitude, like, well, this is this, but no, anger, the lower scale has a scale of lower emotions to higher emotions. The positive scale have lower high emotions to higher emotions. Like, it's a frequency, and it goes up and down, and you have to start understanding, where are you on that frequency wave? And then where it also says, pay attention to information which is presented, but it says also, it weighs information. The subconscious mind is the scales of justice. The scales of justice is representation of the subconscious mind, meaning the heavier, the more emotions you put on the thing that you want, it's going to come true. You're going to start seeing things change in your life. You're going to start seeing reality change for you. I didn't become someone who was able to just travel the world because I'm from America. I had to start envisioning myself traveling the world. I had to start seeing myself being able to travel the world. And then I had started having imaginations. I started dreaming about it. And then I started having a thirst, a hunger for it, to where, okay, where can I travel in the United States? Where can I travel in Texas? Going to different places, driving 16 hours to Colorado. It was a process before I got to where, now 10 years later, when I left the United States and I'm living in, not Zimbabwe, Zambia. But it was a process. And once we finish this little paragraph that's coming up next, I'm going to explain to you the process, because it's the exact same thing that I did. And I've done it every single time for every single goal that I've achieved. And I'm actually doing it right now with some of the investments that I'm doing. And it says the subconscious pays most attention and works best with the following. You present your beliefs and wishes with great emotional force and passion. And it's going to break all this down. You have presented your beliefs and wishes recently. Current views sit on top of the subconscious. You repeat, and repeat your views and wishes. And that's saying focus on the thing that you want. Don't give up. The biggest mistake we make as humans is a lot of times when we just pay to repeat their message again and again. Now, mind you, all advertisements use psychological marketing. They have people that understand how to do things and get things into your subconscious mind. A lot of the biggest brands in the world are some of the best psychological marketers in the world. And also, where I learned a lot of this stuff in the beginning was from MLM coaches, people who made a lot of money. I'm talking about millions of dollars in MLM. And I paid for them to teach me and coach me. Hey, how can I do this also? Now, I didn't make millions of dollars in MLM. Now, I can't get into one. I might be able to get into Herbalife, but I have to look and see. But it's not the ones that I really care about, like some of the ones that's in the US. Your conscious mind may be bored, but your subconscious is enthralled. This is why Goebbels, the Nazi communications genius, said a lie repeated often enough becomes the truth. Every major media outlet uses Goebbels' psychological way of getting information out. Every media, Western media, whatever media, all media is Western media. It don't matter where you are in the world. Make you think like all of this craziness is going on. 1 week may be 3 stories. And they're just saying it and over again. Like when 9/11 happened in the United States, you couldn't turn the channel without seeing the Twin Towers being falling down or blown up, whatever happened to it. I'm not getting into that. But even when there's any type of mass issue, something big going on, it's over and over. Even right now, the media has so much negativity on Trump. Oh, Trump is doing this. Oh, Trump is racist. Oh, Trump is this. You got to start asking yourself, why do they want you to believe that? Why are they trying to program that into your subconscious mind for you to believe that? No one is putting something in your subconscious mind other than you that is going to benefit you. And this is one of the reasons why I don't watch TV. I don't watch news anymore. I'm very selective on what movies I watch. You have all of these different agendas out here now. If you've been seeing how they trying to cancel Snoop because he didn't want to explain to his grandson about a lesbian relationship in a kid's movie, nonsense, a bunch of nonsense. And then you got to start asking yourself, why is it every time you watch a movie, you go to a movie, you see something even with cartoons, why is there certain agendas in there? Who is it benefiting? It's not benefiting me. I don't know if it's benefiting you. Now, that isn't saying people don't have rights because they're different. I'm just asking, why are you trying to force this upon somebody? We have to start asking these questions, because the more something is forced upon you, eventually it's going to get into your subconscious mind and it's going to change your belief to a belief of someone else's. And then, so the 80-20 way to tap into the subconscious, stage 1, decide what you want. The subconscious will do it for you. And that's the whole thing of let go and let God. You don't need to try to figure out every single step of how to do something. You just need to decide on what you want. Once you decide on what you want, you use your conscious mind. And that is your senses, the sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of taste, touch, hearing, all of these senses. and you start creating thoughts around the goal that you want. You have to create your own thoughts. You have to tap into the energy of the ether and say, hey, I want to pull this thought out of there. You do not have to have other people tell you how to think. You must think for yourself. You have a mind. And so to create your conscious thought, one of the ways I say the easiest ways to do it, no matter what your goal is, most likely it's going to be some type of physical representation on YouTube. So watch YouTube around your goal. If you have a goal about understanding more about the gold metals, precious metals, you need to be watching precious metals. If you want to learn more about crypto investments, things of that nature, watch investors who are talking about crypto on there. If you want to get into real estate, watch real estate development. One of the things that I do that I watch is I actually watch tiny home designs because I plan on doing my own tiny home communities. So I actually watch tiny home designs, and then I combine a lot of those designs. I have some saved up. I have a favorite list that I'll go to and watch. But like, until you start seeing yourself doing it and creating that thought, it's not going to get into your subconscious mind. You can want something all you want, but you have to make a sacrifice and do the work for it. So then once you start creating your thoughts through the conscious mind, you have to start inputting it into your subconscious. This is where you need to start getting emotionally involved. Energy in motion. Start showing gratitude. You can do affirmations. I am so happy and grateful now that such and such. I am so happy and grateful now that I have blank blank. Like, fill in the blanks, and you have to do it in positive present moment. Most of us have been designed when we want something or we want to reach a goal, it's a future state. To put it into your subconscious mind, it must be a present state, as if you already have it. You have to be enjoying it right now. So that is why, and this isn't information that I came up with, guys. I'm not the smartest man in the world. I learned this through Bob Proctor. He learned a lot of it through Earl Nightingale. And so I'm literally just giving you information that I paid for because information is very valuable. Well, it's only as valuable as you put it in action. But to put it into your subconscious mind, you have to get energetically involved in it. You have to start feeling yourself doing it. Like, you have to, if you ever watched a horror movie and then you saw someone just jumping and screaming, they were so emotionally involved into that scene, they were feeling it. They felt like it was them. You have to be the same way when it comes to your goals. You need to be emotionally involved. You need to feel it. Your body needs to vibrate. You need to be moving. Like, when you think about your goal, you should be smiling. You should be happy. You should go from, a low point to a high point. You have to get your emotions involved. Look, this is the key. Even if you're angry, just start going up just a few higher emotions. Instead of being angry, just being, you know what, man, I'm a little pissed off right now. That is such a more positive emotion than being angry. It's getting you one step closer to your goal. Like, I'm not saying, hey, say you're happy. That fake it till you make it shit is not real. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And you need to work yourself up your emotional range. And once you start working yourself up and walking through the emotional range, you will eventually start saying, like, you know what, man, I'm happy today. You know what, man, I might be able to actually get some money today. Life might be better for me today. And once it gets into your subconscious mind, then you get the output from your body. It says output from subconscious, but what it means is your output from your body, the physical reaction, your results are going to start changing. Look at someone, let's say Mike Tyson in his prime. His conscious thought was always about, let me destroy my opponent. I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to eat your babies. Like, we laugh about these things, but that is where he was. And he was using very, very, very strong emotions of anger, hatred. Like, he was in a very, very low emotional range, but look where it got his career as far as boxing. The flip side to that was, it didn't transition to his normal life because he didn't know how to turn it on and turn it off. And because he didn't know how to turn it on and turn it off, he reached the peak of his lifetime, of his career, as far as becoming the world champion of the world. Everybody Tyson, but also he fell. He dropped. He fell from grace. He was a fallen angel that reached his goal, and then he fell from grace and started getting into a lot of trouble. Then when you start seeing, he started losing the passion. He wasn't thinking about being, I want to be the most dangerous man in the world anymore. He lost to Buster Douglas. Then he lose to Lennox Lewis also. But, that's when he started losing. That's when he wasn't moving as fast. He wasn't punching as powerful. Like, he didn't have that drive anymore because that image of him in his subconscious mind was no longer there. It is no different than you and me. We all are doing this every single day. Now, your exercise, let me read it. I'm going to just give you the exercise from the book. Now, to be more specific, tell your unconscious mind, which is your subconscious mind, what you want it to do for you. Write down exactly how you will be creative, what your goal is, or the thought which will give you peace of mind. So to simplify this, your exercise for the day is just write down your goal that will make you feel happy right now. If it was a magic wand and, someone just had to wave it and your dream came true, what would be that one thing that really would make you happy? Don't say lots of money. What the hell is a lots of money? You can't measure that. Remember, the subconscious mind, it weighs. And so what that means is you need to literally give it an exact amount to weigh. I used to make this mistake when it came to money. I was like, oh man, I just want to make a lot of money. Oh, I want to be rich. I never put a value on it. Money was coming to me, but it wasn't the lots of money that I was thinking in my head until I started saying, you know what, man, I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm earning $2,000 or more a month from passive income. Then at that time, before I knew it, when I was still in Colombia, I was making a shitload of money with Bitcoin because I was investing in blockchain mining, which is what I'm getting back into now. And when I lost that image after Chantel passed away, guess what? I lost that income coming in. I stopped making that passive income. In the beginning, I was angry. I was mad because, when life hits you, you forget about these principles. You forget about the things that you know and how to do it. Hey, what's up, Maurice? How you doing, brother? You forget about those things, but you have to eventually come back to them. And that's what you're seeing right now. I'm back to them. Like, now I don't want to earn $2,000 a month in passive income. I want a hell of a lot more. I want a private jet. I want a helicopter or something. I want to be able to move around the world at a better place, at in a better way. But that doesn't mean that may be for you. So when you're choosing your goal in here, the one goal that you're going to write down that will really make your life happy right now, it needs to be weighable. If it's a money goal, how much money? If it's you want to lose some weight, how much weight? Where do you want to be? What size dress or what size pants you want to be in? Where do you want to be? It needs to be weighable from who you are right now. If you can't weigh it, and see, like here, hey, how's it going, Olsen? Like here, Maurice said he wants financial freedom. Actually, it's funny you said that. I'm gonna send you something because I just finished actually doing a financial freedom workbook. It's almost finished now. It probably won't finish until tonight because electricity is gone. And one of the things on there, it says you need to weigh what is financial freedom. So many people want financial freedom, but they don't know the exact number to be financially free. I'll give you my number. My number right now for financial freedom and how I'm at financial freedom is $800 US. At the end of the day, my monthly baseline expenses is $800 US. So what that means is I need to make $800 US plus another 800, so 1,600. I'm financially free. And that may not sound like a lot of money, but please hear this. Financial freedom is a hell of a lot cheaper than the slavery of debt. Financial freedom is way cheaper. You'll be shocked what you can do when you're living within your means, how you're able to maximize the money you have coming in, how you're able to build wealth. You'll start seeing the things that you want actually coming to you. You're no longer being angry or jealous or envious of other people because you'll start seeing wait, I ain't paying all this money on dumb shit. I don't go to clubs. I don't drink. I don't even eat out that much. Like, it's a waste of money. It's not things that I value. Like, I don't care about those things. The things that I value is to be able to travel, to be able to try to invest in businesses, invest in things like blockchain mining, to land, to invest in purchasing cars for Yango, to be able to invest in developing real estate. Those are the things that I care about. So anything really outside of that spectrum, it's a waste of money for me. It's me squandering money. And you have to start understanding what is that number of financial freedom for you. And also you need to understand, how are you weighing your goal? Like, your goal is being weighed against who you are right now. If it's a financial goal, it's being weighed against where you are right now financially. If it's a physical weight goal, it's based off of where you are physically right now. What number do you want to hit? What size do you want to hit? If you want a car, what type of car? How do you want the engine to sound? How do you want the car to smell when you walk in there? Like, you need to know what is you want. Just saying, oh man, I just want to get a car. What does that mean? It means nothing, and no one's going to understand it, just like your subconscious isn't going to understand it. You're not putting the correct information in there, so you're not going to get the correct results. And I'll end it on this just to give you an example. I've been looking at cars for about a year and a half now. I have finally made up my mind, me and my buddy Maurice, that we looking into for Yangos to invest in Toyota, Toyota Vitz and Toyota Raptors. We already know the car. The only thing we got to check now is, and guess what? By knowing the car, and this is just a little extra tidbit before I leave, something called your reticular activating center will start activating. You're going to start seeing what you actually put in your subconscious mind, and that's going to be proof. That's a proof edit to show you that what you put in your subconscious mind is being suppressed in the output. Your reticular activating center is going to start showing you exactly what it is you want. And most likely going to show you how other people have achieved it. And it's doing that because it's trying to show you, hey, it's on its way. Hey, it's coming. And then that's when you show more gratitude. Like, before I had bought my house in DeSoto, when I had my house back before I left the US, I didn't know if I could afford a house, anything like that. But I said I wanted to get a house. I wanted to be a homeowner, because everybody always told you got to be a homeowner. So what I started doing was looking at houses. And then when I started seeing the houses I wanted, I started saying, okay, I want to be in this type of neighborhood, around this area. I want to be around a bunch of veterans, because when you live with veterans, we really look after each other, take care of each other. You don't have to worry about as many problems. And then also on top of that, I knew what size yard I wanted. I know I wanted to have a garden. I wanted to have a space for a hot tub, a sauna. I wanted to have a big gazebo so I could have, places to have barbecues and things like that. All of this stuff was in my mind. And I just kept putting it into my subconscious, Every day I would go driving, looking at houses to see, oh, this is the house, this is the house. And then it took me about 2 months. I found all the things that I wanted, and they were cheap. Like, I went to, I don't know if y'all have this in Africa, but it used to be a thing in Texas that they're called scratch and dent. It'll be like furniture, appliances, things like that are open boxes. And sometimes it may have dropped off the truck or something like that. So they sell it at a deep discount. I redid my whole kitchen to stainless steel backdrop, stainless steel double oven, stainless steel stovetop. And I think I bought everything for like $1,000 USD. Now that is a steal. That is a steal. And when I sold that house, when the lady saw the kitchen, she was like, okay, I want it. And that's how I did it, man. It was nothing different. Like, there's nothing under the sun. If you don't believe me, you're like, oh, Jason, you're lying. Just go backtrack on when you reached one of your goals. If you reach one of your goals, you're going to see first you started consciously thinking about it. After you was consciously thinking about it, you started slowly putting it in your subconscious, but you was using emotions to put it in there. Energy in motion. That is what our emotions are. And each emotion is an identity that has different powers. The power of gratitude is way stronger than the power of happy. The power of fear and anger is way more powerful than the identity or emotion of pissed off. Like, it's levels to it. And this is how you see people, AKA, crash out. They're not in control of their emotional identities. They don't have the emotional intelligence, and they're putting the wrong things in their subconscious mind. And then when it gets expressed physically, they're wondering why, oh man, why my life sucks. Oh man, I'm a victim. And this is off the topic of money. Like, here's a prime example. If you're here on the continent, I don't even know the continent. If you've heard of Jay Rello, the scumbag YouTuber from the scumbag adult content creator who puts content on YouTube, saw him do a video or something, he's hiding out. Nobody knows if he's okay. And he's like, man, guys, they put me on Kenya Gossip. Oh man, this ain't cool. I didn't expect the block to get this hot. It's like you wasn't thinking, dude. You were being an idiot. And the thing about this subconscious mind, like I said, it doesn't matter what you're putting in there. It's going to accept it if you put enough energy into it, and it's going to express it. So be mindful of what you're doing, because everything right now that you're saying to yourself is going to start going into your subconscious, and it's going to start expressing yourself. So you might as well express it to the best benefit of to your best benefit. Now, if you're looking to read this book, this is the 80-20 Daily. Also, you have just the 80-20 Principle, which is the first book. This is the one that's packed with action steps, but you can do the 80-20 Principle also. It is the Pareto Principle. This principle is a principle of the universe. It's a principle of everything in life. Once you start understanding this principle, you'll start realizing life doesn't happen to you. It happens for you. But it's only going to happen for you in your benefit until you start utilizing the 20% of your activities, the 20% of your thinking towards your benefit. Most of us do not think towards benefit. We have been taught to do the 80% thinking, which is a bunch of worry, not feeling like we're good enough, and not happy. Those things are not going to get you the results. 80% of your results come from 20% activities. Most Olympic gold medalists, if you look at the difference between like let's say a sprinter, their time and the time of someone who didn't qualify, it is fractions of seconds. Like, it is so minuscule that you would not have thought about it. But then when you look at their training schedules, the way they did things, their eating routines, you'll start seeing the ones who are placing, they put more priority over just very few activities. And those activities was to make sure and ensure that they get to their goal. And you can do this also. So I appreciate you again for hopping on. Like I said earlier in the video, I hope this is showing you really that you don't need to spend hours studying every day. You don't need to be stressing yourself out. Like, study times can be simple. Sometimes when I study, I'll watch TV shows about money. One of my favorite ones used to be American Greed. By seeing how people had such great ideas ahead of time, and it was just their own corruption that made it to where they became criminals, you learn a lot of lessons, and you start seeing the psychology of how they're actually thinking. Please, if anything, adopt 80-20 principle, adopt this type of lifestyle, focus a lot of your small everyday activities on something that is going to get you to where you want to be. If you're still in the stages of financial literacy, just focus every single day on just reading a book. Reading a couple of pages, just educating yourself around anything involving money. I've been doing great, bro. Man, just excited to get back to SA, and I think I'm gonna be back out there in October. I need to go out there and do some things and pick up some things. It's crazy how much cheaper SA is than Zambia. Y'all do us dirty, man. And so I'm about to log off. I'm over I see a couple people just hopped on. Today's study was the 80-20 Daily Principle, the Pareto Principle. If you're on TikTok and you want to catch the replay, just go over to YouTube, Jason Chaney 777. Make sure you like and subscribe there, and you can always catch all of these replays live there. That's where they're backed up at. Nothing else to say for you today except this. Just remember, I'm Jason, and success is simple once you know how. Let's see. Oh, my volume came through good.